Well, it's always entertaining to have the man to my right, Shark Hanlon, on the sofa, and alongside him, Paddy Hanlon, who, of course, is now a successful young rider. And there's news from you, Paddy, that we'll be able to talk about on the show a little bit later on. But, Shark, thank you for coming in. Thanks for bringing Paddy with you. Just give us a little bit of an idea of how things are for you at the moment, you know, how busy you keep yourselves at this point of the year.
Well, listen, we're busy the whole time. I think any trainer will tell you the same. If you're not busy, you're in trouble, so you are. But listen, we're coming to England a good bit in the last couple of weeks or months because racing in Ireland, I think there's only 4 meetings in 4 weeks or 5 weeks, so yeah, we don't mind getting into the lorry and tipping on across here. Like, we're just talking to a couple of lads the other day, and that your fields are small and our fields are big. So, like in Galway on Monday, the first 2 races in Galway on Monday, between the two of them, there's 46 runners. Yeah. And in Fontwell today, at the whole card, there's 41 runners. So you're hoping to come over here, get into a bit of prize money and have a few winners and a bit of crack with owners. Yeah,
when you say it so simply, it just shows us how stark the difference is in terms of the competition between the daily racing here and what goes on in Ireland.
Yeah, it's amazing. So it is. Like, Ireland's a small country, but we have a lot of racehorses. Yeah. We have the world, like, we're getting balloted out in Ireland. There's no such thing as a ballot in England, you know. And like, there was yesterday, we were racing and a 0 to 100 mayor's race. There was only 4 runners in it. And in Ireland, there'd be 24 runners and there'd be 24 more that didn't get into the race. So, like, that's the difference.
Paddy, can we give a bit of breaking news on the show about an appointment that you've got coming up? When do you start at a new stable?
Yeah, the start of October, the first week or second week of October. I'm heading off to Nicky Henderson's to go conditional there. Look, I was looking to go to somewhere else in the UK maybe for the winter, because we wouldn't have many for the winter, so I said I'd take a chance to go somewhere, and it's great to stay up again too.
How did that come about?
I've just throughout the summer I've been saying to Dad that I prefer to go to the UK than stay home in Ireland, because it's less racing in Ireland compared to over here, and it'd be a big experience if nothing else. But we were in the Leopardstown and we met Jessie Harrington. It just came up that I was looking to go to the UK, and she said that Nicky Henderson was looking for a stable conditional, so we gave a call, and yeah, it was great to get them.
And as a responsible father, you took the opportunity to head down there to have a look at the place, Shark?
We did. We were in Wexford last Friday evening, and we said we'd get on the boat and go across because we had a runner on Sunday, and went up to Nicky's, and I think I enjoyed the morning better than Paddy did. I sat in the Jeep beside Nicky and we had a great old chat, and he brought me around, and the gallops up there are amazing, and his yard is amazing. Like, everything is so quiet in his yard, which I love. My yard at home is quiet, and his yard, there's no shouting, no roaring. Everyone knows their job to sort out their horses before they go up to the gallop, and the gallops in Lambourne are amazing. They are, and he's amazing. It's easy to know why he's such a good trainer. His gallops are amazing. So there, but himself and his wife, the two of them, made us very welcome, and he was delighted that Paddy is going to go over to him. And to listen, he's only 18, and he has to learn. And he has 20 winners' rod or 21 winners' rod, but I think it's a great opportunity for Paddy to get into a yard like that.
And Paddy, what is the feeling like, you know, obviously growing up in the sport, knowing the stature of a Nicky Henderson as a racehorse trainer and his place in the sporting history, to have this opportunity?
It's fantastic. Like, to get involved in the yard in the first place is amazing. But yeah, I'm really looking forward to it now. And like, he's a Hall of Fame trainer. Like, he's been one of the best for a long time now.
We're going to start the crux of the conversation with what's been obviously a very challenging year for a number of reasons. You were telling me about 1 or 2 other things that I wasn't entirely aware of, Shark. Yes. But of course, earlier in the year, you were in the middle of serving what started as a 10-month suspension, got reduced to 6 months for the display of a deceased horse in public view. When you look back on that entire experience, what are your sentiments about it?
Listen, it hurt me a lot. It hurt me a lot. I felt that at the time I'd done very little wrong. The horse was dead in the field. Now, he was dead. And we couldn't get the horse out of it until 3 or 4 days because the lorry couldn't come to pick him up. And I felt that I'd done the right thing by putting him in a trailer and ring him down. Now, the tarpaulin fell off the horse. There's no point in saying it didn't. The IHRB had their job to do, but I just felt that the sentence was way too high. And only for Paddy and Sean at home, the two lads are very interested in racing, I'd say I would have pulled the plug. But because it hurt me, it still hurts me to go back and think what they'd done to me. And lucky enough, the public came in behind me.
Okay.
And they kept me going. Every day I went racing. I wasn't stopped from going racing. The public were coming up, wanting to take a photo. So we all know you were badly done. So we're all fully behind you. And the letters I got and the emails I got was amazing. But everyone makes a mistake in their life. Do
you see it as a mistake?
Well, it shouldn't have happened, okay? But the tarpaulin fell off the horse, which I proved the tarpaulin was on the horse. And the choice I had on the day was leave the horse dead in the field from a Friday to a Tuesday to let the lorry come pick up the horse. Now, if I left the horse in the field dead, I was completely wrong. I was completely wrong. Foxes, dogs pulling apart. There'd be nothing left again Tuesday. And I'd done my best to get the horse to where he was supposed to go. And just someone with a phone behind me took a photo. And listen, I definitely deserved to have something.
Because you understand the perception and how important it is in the current climate, especially.
Listen, if I could have told a lie and said one of the lads in the yard were driving the horse and there'd be nothing about it. But I said I was driving the box myself with a 2-box with a trailer behind. You can't see the trailer. So I had my own branded box. Now, would I be going to do that with a branded box in front of me? Like, if people just realised, thought about it, like, why would I? Do you know? And thanks to Bile Sports, they never kicked. They're with me still. And they were very good to me at the time because I was afraid that they were going to leave. And without Bile Sports, our yard wouldn't be what it is, because every small yard needs a bit of support somewhere along the way. And they have been very, very good to me.
Paddy, what was it like for you and those around your dad and the team during that entire experience?
Look, it was very hard. We had to sell a lot of the horses in the yard, and look, it was just a tough time for everyone, and it was a tough time in general at the time as well, because I lost my 2 granddads, Mam's dad and Dad's dad, within the space of 3 weeks, and it was a rough couple of months. So
we're after having that year, like, I lost my father, and Rachel lost, the boys lost, as Paddy said, their 2 grandfathers. I got a touch of cancer, and I got a new knee 2 months ago. So we're after having a tough year, but there's good days coming, and we have to keep our head up and keep going. I'm looking forward to Paddy going to Nicky's, and we have to stay plugging.
What about the owners?
Very, very good. All the owners were very, very good. I lost very little owners, but I had to sell their horses, some of their horses. Like, we went to Doncaster there and sold 24 or 25 horses in it. And when you've only 40 horses and you sell 24 or 5, you have to start building again. And we're only starting to build now. And thanks be to God, we have owners back in, and we have a few new owners. Some owners came to me over what happened. You know, they said, we feel that you were very harshly done, and we'd like to give you a horse. So, like, it worked both ways, so it did, you know. But as I say, it's onwards and upwards, and we have to keep our head back now and keep going and prove what we are.
Let's hope the darkest days are behind. And when we look forward with you and Paddy, it's obviously Hewick at the heart of it all, because I presume he's been a horse of inspiration as much as anything else for you and the team.
Listen, 'tis the like of them horses that keep people going. And it definitely kept me going through the tough times, and Paddy and all the family through the tough times. And he's just a little... He's not big, but he has a heart of gold, so he has. And every day he goes out, he gives his best.
Paddy, what was the first age that you actually sat on Hewick for the first time?
I was around 12 or so, something like that. I was only a 4-year-old, so I'm 18 now, so it was about 6 years ago.
Wow. And the idea of being able to sit on this little superstar, you know, it must have been a thrill. Yeah,
the day I rode him in Thurles was fantastic, and I couldn't thank Dad and TJ enough for letting me ride him. I had to ride him out for a couple of years there, and yeah, it was just fantastic. Get the leg over him, and to win on the day was very special.
Yeah, he's just the most incredible. We all know the story. He cost 850 quid. You know, he's won over 800 grand in euros. Is that right?
He has won over 800,000. So yes, we have to get it up this year now. We have to finish it off and get it over the middle.
I think there's a chance, because he's still got it.
Oh, definitely, and he's not over-raced.
No.
And he was, as a matter of fact, we were going to bring him back for a Listowel or maybe go back to America with him again.
Yeah.
But the summer was so good.
Yeah.
He was enjoying his grass.
Right.
And we left him out. He's only back in 2 weeks, so we'll have to go do a plan again.
Well, let's have a look back at the Thurles race, can we? And you can talk me through it. It was up against some smart horses. I think Asterion Falange finished second. Talk us through this, Paddy.
Yeah, like I jumped off and there was only five of us in the race, or 6 of us in the race, so the plan was to follow the leaders, and he gave me a great field the whole way around. He travelled and he jumped superb, and like there's Kilcroat and Asterion Falange and even Emma right there, like they're high class horses. And after this, Asterion Falange went on and was second at the Punchestown Festival and behind Tupa, was it, in the Stayers hurdle there. So like, it was a high class race, and yeah, it was a great stepping stone towards the national at the time.
We've seen so much of Hewick over the years in terms of his qualities. What is it about him that you think makes him so good? Because you say physically he's just a little fella, but he's got a tremendous amount of heart from the outside. What is it that you...
Listen, he's a great heart. He tries every day. If you had every horse like Hewick that puts in... A lot of good horses are there, but after a couple of runs they say, here, I'm giving up this game. And that happens so often.
Yeah.
But listen, with Hewick, every day he goes out, he puts everything up and puts everything in. And hopefully that we'll go and win a few big pots again this year. Like the day in Kempton was...
Should we look back at that?
I nearly cry every time I see it.
Paddy's looking at me. It must be the sort of thing, every time people go, let's talk about Hewick, let's talk about King George Day, one that you'd love to talk about over and over again.
Like, here he is coming to the 4th last or 5th last. He was driving going out with a circle. And I remember saying to Gavin Sheehan that morning, I said to Gavin, don't ever stop riding this lad just stays going, stay going. And I knew you had 5 front runners on our lad, so they were all going to take on each other. So if we could stay in contact with him at any stage, we had a chance, because we would have been finishing out our race. I think that the horse fell, but I just think he was tired when he fell. That's the reason horses fall, and our lad was coming with his run. So we'll never know if he was going to beat him or not, but he bet him that day.
At what point in the home run did you all think, yes, we've got a winning chance?
I tell you now, it was only when he jumped the second last that I said he's coming and coming, and turning in, I said we're going to be in the first 3, and then like a furlong down, he was coming on the outside. The 2 horses in front were after doing a lot. They were after being up there the whole way, and like he flew home. Gavin, he won too easy, look.
Oh, Paddy, that's something else, isn't it?
Yeah, it was fantastic. Like someday, Gavin gave him some ride to get him up, and yeah, it was a day you don't forget.
For being lucky enough to be able to sit on him, when he's going like that and he's keeping up that gallop, do you feel anything at all? Do you feel anything different about what he's doing compared to other horses, the actual experience of sitting on him?
He's just relentless, like he just puts his heart in and just gives it his all. He never stops underneath you, like, and just he loves the game. Like, he loves staying going, and his jumping's leaving the last year, so his jumping's after improving so much as well. So yeah, it's just been he's been some horse for us.
I mean, there's the famous story of him in the pub. You know, those sort of things remain in folklore.
Yeah, listen, sure, I went for a pint, he had to come with us. And that was it.
What did he have?
He went home after it. I didn't go home for a while. And we had a lot of people that day came to see him out, and it was only kind of spur of the moment that we decided to go to the pub, and my friend John Glendon owns the pub, and he was thrilled. And there's people coming into the pub still. Is this where Hewick came in, you know? But he's very much a people's horse. Like, if he was in a big stable, he wouldn't be seen as much as he was when you're with a small trainer. But he's just a people's horse, and people love him. And I suppose the King George topped it off.
I mean, he ran a terrific race after he won at Thurles. I mean, last season he won at Thurles and then ran a terrific race in the National. I mean, did he not quite stay?
He didn't quite stay. I love if the National was 3 or 4 furlongs less. You know. And like, for a small horse, the way he jumped in the National was amazing. And I just think that he didn't fully stay. Don't know if I'd end up going back to a National again, maybe an Irish National. But because I think the trip beat him more than that, and but he put so much effort into jumping, I probably beat him as much as that as well. But he ran a cracking race, and listen, he deserved his time off, and please God, we'll have a good season with him again this year.
How many horses have you got to campaign this season? We have
around 40. I won't have much for the winter. That's the reason Paddy is going to Nicky's, is that I'd only have 10 runners I'd have pint-to-pinters.
Right. I
go pint-to-pint, and this time of the year we kind of go pint-to-pint and sell them and put them up, money into the key for the summer. Like, training horses, there's no money in training horses. Like, and I have to be selling. If I'm not selling, you'll go under very quick.
Tell me, obviously, your horse, Hewick, won at Thurles. And Thurles has come under, obviously, threat. The family thinking about closing it down. They've had the conversation with HRI. It's going to carry on.
Brilliant.
Restart October to... you're both nodding in appreciation about this racecourse going.
Thurles is a great track. Always has been. And the Malone family are being so good in running it. And when their father died, the girls were there, and it was a tough job to take on. It was a tough job and a costly job to take on. And they've done a great job with it. They've done a great job with it. It was very, very unfortunate that poor Mikey O'Connor got killed there. But listen, it can happen anywhere. Or Mikey O'Sullivan. It can happen anywhere. Like, these things can happen at home. You know, and it was very unfortunate that happened there, and the girls took it to heart so much. And I think that was the reason that they were thinking of pulling, because I knew the last day, Hewick won the last day of it, and there was a lot of tears in the ring, and the same day, and I knew by the girls that the mother said to me, this could be the last meeting that we'll have. And I said, that can't happen, because in Ireland, there's a lot of wet tracks in Ireland, and during the winter, we have a lot of races called off. But Thurles will never be called off, bar there's frost, because there's a very good sod there. And there's a very good, but that atmosphere in Thurles is great as well. And the girls done a great job. So I'm hoping that something will happen that not alone this year, but next year and the year after that we'll have it. And I think every trainer in Ireland needs it, and definitely Ireland needs it.
You obviously mentioned Mikey O'Connor as well, and I know that you're very good friends with his son, Dylan. Mikey so sadly passed away from a suspected heart attack working at his yard, so young, 44. Absolutely devastating. What's the reaction?
Listen, it's a shock. shock to everyone, because Mikey was a gentleman. He loved his racing. He was a champion pint-to-pint rider, and no, he wouldn't let you away with handing on the track, so he wouldn't. He was a tough pint-to-pint rider, but he was a very good pint-to-pint rider. And over the last years, Dylan, his son, was champion pony riders, and Paddy was very friendly. Very friendly with Dylan and the family. And it's just one of these things that I think everyone is so shocked in Ireland that we're funerals tomorrow now. We'll be home for it, but like, he's put so much into his son, into Dylan. Like, the pony racing's an expensive game, but it didn't matter what it cost. He'd done it for his son, and he will be always remembered as a very good person in the racing community. Yeah,
and Paddy, it says your dad saying, you know, very close to Dylan through pony racing, I presume.
Yeah, I done pony racing. I'm there for 3 years and 4 years, and since he's turned apprentice this year, and I think Dylan's turned conditional at the start of the next year in January. So, look, yeah, it's just a big shock to everyone. It's devastating.
Yeah,
and all any of us can do is help Dylan now as much as we can. The family, because he has 2 sisters there as well, and Mag, the wife, a lovely person. Just, it's tough. It's very tough, so it is. And they have a long couple of days in front of them now.
We will be reflecting more on the passing of Mikey O'Connor a little bit later in the show. Shark, you're going to stay with us for a bit longer. Yeah. Paddy, we're going to release you, let you have a cup of tea whilst your dad continues to entertain us here on Luck on Sunday. But just very quickly, best of luck in the new venture starting at Nicky Henderson. I mean, just remind us, you've had a couple of doubles already in your career, is that right?
Yeah.
20-odd winners?
I've had 21 winners so far. I'm down to 5 in the UK, and I'm still 7 back home. But yeah, I've had 4 doubles, I think, so far. So yeah, hopefully to keep going.
Yes, absolutely. We're in a great spot to learn even more. So yeah, exactly. We wish you all the very best of luck with that. Shark, stay where you are. Don't break crease, as we say in the cricket sport. But in the meantime, we'll take a short break. Lots more to come here on Luck on Sunday.